Hey guys, this is Riley, or Garlic Toads on the internet, and this is a tour of sketchbook number 4 today. I literally just woke up 20 minutes ago, so I apologize if this is like not a very high energy video, but this is probably my favorite sketchbook I've finished so far. It's tiny and it's absolutely massive. If I take the rubber band off, actually, you can see it's just like the spine is broken. I had to tape it. The binding is absolutely ripped to shreds. Like, she's been through a lot. So yeah, I don't know what the brand of this sketchbook is. I got it at Walmart for I think $4. And the sticker I got from a tourist shop. So it didn't have an artist on it. I just got it in a pile of stickers. First page. So this, I don't even remember what was on it, but I guess my first idea for first page sucked because it got ripped out. This is a vinyl cutout of the car seat headrest dogs because I'm a loser. And these are just thumbnails of what I wanted to put on the opening page, which is this. Not my best work, but this paper actually sucks. This is only Crayola super tip marker, literally water-based marker, so it should not be bleeding through, but it does. And it's also super see-through, and I didn't know how much I was gonna be able to do with this paper. But we get to fill this out together, actually. So I started it on August 3rd. What day is it today? I finished it yesterday night, so... Okay, so I finished it on April 20th. 420. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, and then my goals. Did I deal with the horrible paper? I sure did. Did I take it lots of places? I sure did. And I did my best, so hey. I think that's the first time I've ever done all of my goals, but then again, I didn't have very much for this. I just wanted to get it done. So there's that. It took me, what's that? Let me do the math. It took me 8 months. That's pretty solid. That's roughly the time it took my, not the one I had before this, but the one before that. Because the one I had before this, I did it all in 3 months because it was a summer sketchbook. So considering I have a job, I am employed, and I go to school, this is a pretty solid time. I'm not mad at that. This is just a swatch page. Like, bro, you can see the binding is not there. So this, you can tell I'm like very stiff. I'm not used to working in this size yet. I'm not comfortable with the paper. I drew a little cat. That's just like warm-up sketches. And then I was at, bro, sorry, I just can't get over how this book is holding on by a piece of painter's tape and hopes. So I think I was at the car repair place because my mom's windshield cracked, so I was waiting for her so I could pick her up. This is a tag from a shirt that I bought. It was a child's extra large shirt, a little boy's extra large shirt, but I found out that an extra large in kids is a men's small. So hey, if you ever find a shirt that you want, XL and XXL kids sizes will fit you and you will love them. So yeah, and then here's a chip bag and like some plastic silverware. Here is a redneck party that I drew because I do live in the Midwest. So hey, lawn chairs and Bud Light, they make a frequent appearance in the summertime. So yeah, and then here's just, I guess, trying to work out marker blends for something I was drawing. I don't even remember what. And then I don't think I discussed this in the beginning, but it's the same thing as all of my sketchbooks. These little red tabs are just things I do not want to show, so I'll be skipping over them. It's just like pages that I have to keep covered. And then all the yellow tabs, that's a new one. That's something I've never done before. The little star tabs, that's just stuff that I put them there for myself, so I know what to come back to in the future. So like notes and stuff that I need. I don't know what the deal with this was, but this is a crayon drawing. It says my back hurts at work. I believe this was right after I started working there. I work in retail, so yeah, there was a lot of reaching and pushing and pulling and stuff that I wasn't used to. My back just hurt every single day. I got used to it though. But yeah, this must have been like literally my first couple of weeks, because if I started this in August and I started my job in August. And then, we've got some line of action studies. These were 5-minute ones in Crayola Super Chip. So this man's got a little crack showing. I love this like composition. Okay, and there's unfortunately a lot of notes in this sketchbook. I was just trying to figure stuff out. So this is just kind of a to-do list. I don't think I did half of this. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. But in my defense, this was not running, so I didn't do that. I did do that because it was an assignment. And then here's a situation that I drew on my break at work. We had a shoplifter in the toddler section, so I had to go there. Oh yeah, I doxed myself. I work at Old Navy. I had to go into the toddler section and just kind of like look at people. There was nothing I could do about it. I just had to awkwardly look at the shoplifters. I felt so bad. Because, like, I don't know what you have going on at home. I don't know why you're stealing baby clothes. That's none of my business. But unfortunately, I do like to get paid, so I guess it is my business. I went to my friend's house, and I let my friends draw in my sketchbook. So this entire page was done by my one friend, Addison, and she's an artist. And then no offense to Wyatt over here, but I don't think he is an artist. So she drew me and then my friend Wyatt. I don't know why. It's probably the overalls is why she thought it looked like Pearl, but it's not a great tape job. I'm like kind of embarrassed at how bad this tape job is. These are sketches for a logo I had to design for a photography company. Stuff I had to do in order to do a vendor show, which I still would like to do. I'd like to do a vendor show at some point, but I just don't really have the time. And since I don't have Facebook, it's like really hard to find any. I have to like manually search, and by the time I found this one and I really wanted to go to it, but it was at full capacity and they didn't have that anywhere on the website. You had to like dig deep into the sign up process to even find out that information. I was at my friend's house and my one friend was like next to me. It says Sawyer's crotch, because unfortunately the only part of him I drew were his jeans. And then here's an idea for a sticker. That's Jeffrey Lewis lyrics. I believe it's from Heavy Heart. I love Jeffrey Lewis. If you don't know who he is, please check him out. He's like a folk singer, kind of. He's similar to Kimmy Dawson. I love him. He needs to have more recognition. Here's an idea I had for one of my business cards, and I actually went through with this business card. I ended up making one that I like better in the future, but this one does still exist and I still have a stack of it, so if you want to see them, you can head over to my Instagram. It's Garlic Toads, and you can just look at what I made. And then here's just like an intro sign that I was thinking of doing for my like the front table of my vendor show. Personal information, so I didn't want to have that out there. These are sketches for my school's theater program's poster that I was going to do until I got. It's a long story. I'm really mad at the drama teacher. It's a long story short. And then here's just like stuff I had to edit out of my last YouTube video. Rice Krispie Treat wrapper, and then here we've got the stinky tech center bus. So I was just drawing on the way to my tech center. And we've got, I was in my car drawing my lap, so that's like my hand, my busted thumb, and then like my legs and the steering wheel and the shift. And then here is me right now, because I got to work an hour early, and it's me drawing and listening to my System of a Down CD. I just took my friend's little American Red Cross thing because she couldn't even donate. Haha. She has really tiny veins. Loser, bro. Then we've got, like a collage sort of deal. We've got healing instructions from after I got my eyebrows pierced. We got 2 boba tea lids from a boba shop that closed down, actually. And then a vinyl cutout of a Hero Chow from Sonic Adventure 2. And then a little fortune cookie wrapper and some Animal Crossing stickers and the fortune that I got, which says, "You have an unusually magnetic personality." Don't know how true that is, but I'll believe it. This is preparing for my portfolio. I had to scan in some stuff that I wanted to be in it. I went to a portfolio review day in Kalamazoo, so it was a really nice experience. I actually learned a lot, and people love my portfolio, so I'm starting to get a little more confident and like maybe I can make it to college. Things will be all right. I have coffee here. I'm just gonna. All right, so this is the break room at work. I think I was on my lunch. And then here's my walkie-talkie, and then another Old Navy tag. Just completely doxing myself, but it's fine. I've gotten worse at the technical aspects of art because I don't have the time. And then over here says I feel like I suck. It was a really hard year for personal drawing, I will say that. It was my first year ever attending like an art class. I've never been in a professional art class before. So it was my first year for that, and that was amazing, but because of that, I didn't have a lot of time to work on what I wanted to work on. And I feel like that's partially why the sketchbook took as long as it did. If I didn't have that art class, it would have been done so much quicker. I just wanted to loosen up and do some line of action expressions. So this is my least favorite. You can tell that I was very tense. It gets better though. She looks a little scary, but that's what she looked like. And this one's my favorite. I love his nose and like his little, I just love the crinkliness of his nose and the shapes, and I love him. He's alright. And then this is a video that I was gonna record that I never did. It was on making my portfolio, but that footage sat for, I recorded the footage in November and it literally sat untouched until February because I was busy. So I decided not to film it because it wasn't really fresh in my mind anymore. I didn't know what I was talking about. This is just swatches of markers. This says, "Thanks to you all for loving me," because I had come back from a bonfire at my friend's house and it was a really nice time. And I love my friends and my friends love me, and thanks for that. These are the foils to the mint, or like the candy cane Hershey's. Those things are so good. This says, "I'm so burnt out from art and all of the projects that I have to do, and I'm literally starting to yearn for anything else. I'll be sitting and painting and I'll just think, I wish I was reading right now. I hate reading. But I'm just so stressed out and exhausted, and I'm not really allowed to say that because I'm finally doing what I love and getting recognition for it. This is a friendly reminder that once everything is finished, it's okay to take a break. Rest is good for you, not a waste of time." Great message. I don't follow that, unfortunately. I really need to take more breaks. But I think it's hard for me to take a break because in my head, it's like everybody else who I'm around is always stressed out because they're doing things that they don't want to do. Like I have friends doing college classes and they are miserable because they have to do so much work that they don't want to do. And I'm doing a lot of work, but I just so happen to love my work. So it's kind of hard to be like, oh, well, I need to take a break from doodling, like, because that's what I do. So I have a, if I do succeed in art, this is going to be something I struggle with for a very long time, but, you know, I'm grateful to be where I am. We've got mass art research with Kieran. Again, the star is just like something I need to come back to, so. This is the spread I made from National Portfolio Day. So this was the badge I got on my, shirt when I went in so they could register me. Here's like a little foil thing I got from Stamps. It makes everything rainbow. I do some little stars under it. And then here's the Frostic School of Art. That's Kalamazoo. This is just some of the critiques I got. I got work from prompts. So if you need prompts every week, sign up to The Jealous Curator. Just Google it and sign up to the mailing list. I need a charcoal / graphite still life. I didn't know that, but in order to be even considered, I apparently need one of those, which is something I have to work on. I need one example of logo design because I do logo design. Unfortunately, I hate it, but I'll do it. And then physical real scale images. Okay, so they wanted, I had some like contrasting ideas. Some people told me that I put in my worms piece into my portfolio. You can find that on my Instagram, but it's like a self-portrait, except I'm green and I've got maggots coming out of my head, which is the type of stuff that I do. So I had some people being like, hey, what is this? Never include this. This makes no sense. Include more of, I did a realistic tree. And they were like, hey, include more of that. And then I had this one woman. She was actually the director of printmaking, which is what I want to go into. And she was like, hey, you know, you need to include more of this. We want to see who you are. We want to see what you bring to the table, not just what you can do. You know, we want to show what you will do, not what you can if you are forced to. And so I'm taking her into consideration more than anybody else because she does what I want to do. So I mean, I feel like I should listen. And then this is like a pre-college course that I was looking into, but unfortunately I don't have $2,000 to spend on a pre-college course. No offense, but I just don't. This is my favorite candy, Lifesavers gummies. These things slap so hard. And then this could also be used as like a little pocket, but I never put anything in there. This is a painting series that I'm thinking about doing called You Will Be Missed. I'm going to be doing it on 3x3 canvas panels, and I don't like painting, so I don't know why I'm doing this, but I just feel like it would mean a lot to me in my senior year to do this. The idea is just I need to paint stuff that I'm going to miss, considering that I'm going to college that is 12 to 14 hours away, depending on where I go, and there's some stuff that I'll never see again that I want to capture. This is my friend Noah. I know he watches these videos. Noah, hello, this is for you. You drew this, I mean, yeah. He took my sketchbook at D&D, and then just drew a self-portrait, which I really like, and then I tried to draw a self-portrait, and it actually looks nothing like him. It's crazy. But I was rusty. I didn't draw for so long, so I'm so sorry, Noah. This is not what you look like. I swear to God, I literally, it's not. I promise. I mean, your eyebrows are pretty similar. That is kind of what your eyebrows look like, but and then I made him sign it, and then there's a piece of grease stain on it, but I can't really see the stain anymore, so I don't know what I was talking about. This is some stuff that I got from Chicago on December 15th. I went to Chicago, and there was a little record store, I guess, sort of just like collectors music. So I went there and I got a Title Fight Shed vinyl. It was a good time. And then I had to design a shirt for my graphics class, so I was trying to figure out what to do. Slush Mouth is like a running joke in my friend group. Says this is my first rodeo, I am nervous. And then this one says Baka Bajost in the Baja Blast font, also a running joke. This one says Freak Seeker, no attachment to anything, but I did end up making the Freak Seeker. Actually, why not just show it? This is the Freak Seeker shirt. Somebody looked over at my computer while I was making this and like absolutely flamed me, bro. I haven't worn this out of the house, but I think it's really funny, and I wish I was less like embarrassed because this would be awesome to wear outside. This spread is actually one of my favorites. So this is my Chicago hotel room key that I stole. I didn't mean to. My friend stole hers on purpose. I didn't. I just kind of forgot that I had it in my bag and I took it home. But this says, whoopsies, accidentally stole my Chicago hotel room key. Sure hope this thing ain't tracking me. And then this is just some Chicago buildings. I think they're really cute. I need to draw buildings more. And then we went to a really, really fancy, expensive Italian restaurant. This was on the train ride home. This is a Starbucks thing that I got from getting Starbucks. This is what we ordered. And then these are just some little guys I drew. This is my own hand. This is a little dude with shoes. And this is like a caterpillar, and I turned the marker bleed through into like a little pear of sorts that he ate. This is a book titled Queer Woman, and I wrote Kieran's book titled Queer Woman. Why is she researching? Kieran is a queer woman. So, and then there's my shoe. That's sketchbook number 3. Whatever. Things to sell. I don't know what teeth stickers mean. If I could remember, I would sell it, but I don't know what that means. I just didn't elaborate. More line of action expressions studies. So this guy didn't look like that. I'm not happy with this guy. He didn't really come out how he should have. This girl, though, this was pretty accurate. That's what she looked like. She just looked kind of sassy. So I wrote, who is this diva? And then she had her tongue out. This has got to be one of my favorites. These two, actually, this whole spread. And then my marker ran out, so I had to switch to orange. This one is, he's a very sharp guy. He had a very shapely face. And then this girl's pretty cute. No comment. I hate her because that's not what she looked like. Like, she deserves better than this. Her eye region is pretty close, and her lips were very small. But I feel like something about her lips to, like, face shape region, like, something about that's not right. He's accurate. He just kind of looked like a frog. No offense. This was after Christmas. This is when I got my Arctics or RTX markers. I really love them. Like, they are my favorite tool right now. So this is a shop where I got some socks, some beetle socks, just testing them out. This is the first drawing that I ever did with them. It's Haruhi Fujioka from Oregon High School Host Club. She's cute. I could have done it better, but like, considering it's my first time ever using them, it was pretty good. I ripped off her feet because I'm really bad at drawing feet. This is the second thing I ever drew with them. I'm really happy with this. I posted this on my Instagram. It's just a little fishy. I think he's really cute, and like, I'm actually really proud of myself for like the highlights and stuff. And then this is my side profile. I'm kind of chopped, guys. I'm sorry. This is a drawing of Amy Winehouse in the black Arctics marker. I love Amy. She's, I swear to God, I have a poster for my wall. I love Amy Winehouse. I was like mid-winter funk. So I drew this building in like an attempt to get better at drawing buildings, but it also just kind of sucks. So I wrote They Can't All Be Zingers from the Primus album, They Can't All Be Zingers. And then this is January 3rd, 2025, and it's my to-do list, and I literally only did 2 things on that to-do list. I feel like I'm losing my voice. I'm so sorry. And then this says Winter Break Does Things to a Man. And this is the Fentline Grimace. This is December 30th, 2024. I guess I went out of order. It's January 3rd. This is a self-portrait done in Arctics markers. It's not very detailed. I just wanted it to be quick and like expressive, and I really like it actually. So this is another one of my favorite pages in this book. Once again, kind of chopped, but it's okay because I really like this page, and I think I should do more self-portraits, I'm not gonna lie. This is the paper test for a Radiohead shirt that I did on Lino. So if you want to go see the video, the reel of me making this, there's a YouTube short up on my YouTube channel, and then there's also a reel on my Instagram page of me making DIY Radiohead merch. Radiohead is my favorite band of all time. Did I mention that I was a loser? So yeah, I didn't have the money to be buying them, and I just wanted something to do, so I made DIY Radiohead merch. This is New Year's Eve, Kieran's basement couch. And then this is my bedroom floor. It had a bunch of like dirty laundry on it, so that's like my jeans, and that's the sleeve of my sweater. And then this is whatever. That's just like kind of me rambling, and then I end it with a Kimmy Dawson quote. You can read that if you want to. This is another self-portrait done with Arctic markers. This is more up my alley. I love making myself disgusting. So this took me a long time actually, but I'm really, really happy with it. This is like my favorite, probably my favorite spread in this book, or at least one of them. So it's me. I was feeling kind of sick, so there's snot going all the way down. My lip is busted because I chew on that thing. And then my eyes are like swollen and red, and my friend said that it reminded him of domestic violence, and I was like, hey, that's not something that I experience, but I could see it. And then here's like my eyebrow piercing that I still have, and then here's it was a paired eyebrow piercing, but the other one rejected, so now I just have a scar and one centered eyebrow piercing, so it's a little weird looking, but I'm too attached to let go of the one. So the sticky note says, this painting gave me so much trouble. The nose took a day of tweaking for me to just get it right. I ran out of skin tone marker halfway through, and it turned everything a strange gray color, and the ears almost had me give up on my art career. That is true. I had to redo the ears 4 times. And you can tell I just kind of gave up. I didn't put much effort into them after that. Says I'm still not happy with the one on the right. The layered paint is so thick that it's chunky. Also true. But you know what? I'm glad I powered through. I'm glad I finished it because I really enjoy it. And then this is another drawing of my bedroom. This is a spread I did of Animal Crossing Wild World for the DS. I had just got it for Christmas, and Animal Crossing is my favorite game of all time. I've played every single game except for Wild World, so this was like a monumental moment. And then I got like so busy that I had to stop playing. Didn't make it very far, but this is Kiki. I love her so much. She's probably one of my favorite villagers, and I ended up with her on my town, on my starting villagers, so that was pretty cool. And then, yeah, I just wanted to draw the opening page. This is some line of action anatomy. This is the Wander Club. I got a Wander Club keychain, so I just slapped that in there. This is like a kind of nasty one, but the glue from this did something to it, so I'm just gonna ignore it. And then here's this guy. I really like the torso on that guy. And this, you know what? I think this is the same guy, but I really like the torso, the curvature of the torso, because it's very, it's like a Dorito. 2 Doritos meeting each other. It's like Dorito on Dorito. And then, yeah, here's another one. I really like the shapes. That was so rude of me. Why did I say that? Nobody should ever be compared to Elon Musk, bro. I'm so sorry. You did not deserve that. I'm really sorry. This girl's a baddie. If you've seen her, if you've been on Line of Action, you know. And then I guess I just ripped something out that I didn't like. Yeah, so that was post Elon salute, and then this guy was suspiciously having his hand out in the air, straight palmed for no necessary reason. So my marker started to run out again, but once again I like the shapes of this guy. This is me at D&D. I play D&D. I play a, hold on, I got this. I play a artificer bugbear, which is kind of like a, it doesn't really make sense because bugbears are supposed to be morons and artificers are supposed to be the smartest playable character that you can be. So I didn't really think that out. I made up lore for it, okay? I filled in the gaps with lore. So his name is Burke. I love him dearly. And here's my friend Wyatt's little character. He plays a twink. I'm not really sure what species it is. I just know that it's a twink. And so that's his little figure leaving the cave that we were in. This is a painting idea that I have that I still haven't finished, but it's a piece on abortion. Women's rights are cool and we should still have them, but unfortunately we don't. So it's just like a woman, and it says close your legs in all caps in red. I'm gonna go with this layout. This is my favorite one, that's why I colored it in. And then the red thread sewing her leg shut, it's gonna be like actual thread through the canvas. I'm gonna sew through the canvas. So it'll be like a nice little textile, and then I'm gonna make her all bruised and bloody, unfortunately. And then here's just me planning out the colors. The bikini's gonna be a different color, but that's basically gonna be the base for her body. Oh, this is a nice marker. This is like a thick, like a juicy one. This still had a lot of ink in it. So this is line of action 2 minutes. I really like the sort of hip action going on there. This is my favorite. I know I've said that a lot. This is my favorite line of action spread, specifically because she's so expressive in so few lines. It's so cute. I don't know. I love it. And I made the little stars because I don't know. Here's a child, and then here's a man who looks very edgy. And then here's two kids, like the two ballerinas, and one of them was holding on to another one that was like bent over. And then here's a man that I'm not a big fan of, so I said ending on a low. Okay, so here's the thing. With this page, I was feeling political. So these are drag queens, and here's a quote from "But I'm a Cheerleader," fill in the blanks. It says, "You are who you are, the only trick is not getting caught." Graham said that to the main character after she was like, I'm not gay. And so, yeah, I went on Pinterest and I googled some drag queens and I drew them. I'm a fan of this one. Like, I posted this one. This one is so good. I love this. I'm also a fan of this one. And I added these little black stars, but I'm afraid I'm really into these two. These two, however, I lost my steam. They don't look good. Like, this one would have looked good if I just didn't add the black around the nose and like that random black stroke. I know I was trying to add emphasis, but it just didn't work. So I wish I left that one alone. This one is Frankenfurter from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and it just doesn't look good. I already covered it up once with the red sticky note because it was worse before. But not only did the red sticky note mess up the pattern we had going on here, it just completely threw it off, but it also just like didn't help because when I went over it, it didn't look any better. This is a collage. I mean, not really, but I enjoy it. Then I was like trying to be grateful and whatever, so I did like a series of things that I love. My alpaca socks. They don't have alpacas on them, they're made of alpaca fur. And then my Mario pajama pants, and then moonlight shining through my window, or my curtains. I love clean bed sheets. I love watching movies. That's Cabaret. I drew like a little orange situation cut out of the page. Orange and a kiwi. And then another thing I love is the rain. I love Animal Crossing, and I love making plans with friends. This was a spread that I did over time because I had to find things that made me, like in the least edgy way. I was waiting for things to make me happy to put them in this book. So Minecraft movie with friends. Then I did Never Forget Art Was a Hobby first. This was me trying to just chill out because I had a big painting to do for my class and I was losing my mind with all the stuff I had to do. So I just wanted to chill out. I grabbed one of those multicolored pens with all the ones in the one, and I just started going at it. I was rewatching, this is how you know it's bad, like I was rewatching all of my favorite 10-minute Power Hour episodes from the Game Grumps. So my favorite one is the makeup episode, so I drew that. Here's like Dan with his hair back and Dan being all beautiful, and then it says fun and sassy. It's like you're only just starting to suffocate. And then I believe it was Aaron that says that's where the sass comes in. Now on the next page, I drew Aaron with so much goop on his face. That's after he let Dan go to town on the makeup palette. And then this page is just a conversation they had. You look like something they'd serve at 2:30 in the morning at IHOP. And then Aaron goes, I feel like I just got back from a mythical creature bukkake. This is my friend's house. We were playing D&D again. And then D&D's on Wednesdays. Guys, I don't hate my friends. It was a rough time. Yeah. And then here's my friend's cat. And then here's one of our players. her entire character is that she has huge boobs. So yeah, she I feel like I can't explain this. She killed every worker and customer at a boba shop. She just completely slaughtered all of them, and then went on the run. So here's my friends that borrowed my sketchbook. This one was made by Janice. Thank you, Janice. And then this one was made by my friend Tyler. This one's really good. I love this one. The little smoke on the cabin is cute. And then over here, we had like a Valentine's thing at my in my art class. I wrote "I love bugs" and then I drew an inchworm, even though it looks more like a caterpillar. And then here's before. Oh my god, this was before the Joe Gatto sexual assault allegations came out. So I'm really into Impractical Jokers, unfortunately, and now the only safe ones are Q and Sal. They were my favorites anyways. I kind of always got weird vibes from Joe because whenever they did like a challenge where they'd have to like touch someone, he was always a little too shameless about it. So my friends came over and we ate pizza on my couch and watched Impractical Jokers, and this is the episode where they play strip high five. So I had to draw Joe Gatto's butt. So we're just gonna ignore that. I don't freak with people who like touch minors. My friend asked me how I would draw like a hand pushed against glass. So I mean, it's not a good example, but I was just trying to demonstrate like what the fattiest parts would be and how they would squish. And this page was entirely drawn by my friend Addison. And then this is "I love baddies." I mean, can't argue. This is a really nice spread. This is I got like an advertisement in the mail telling me to go to University of Michigan Stamps, the School of Art and Design. I don't want to go there, and I thought that this art was cute, so I cut it out and I put it in here. And then here's a graphite piece that I attempted. Didn't feel like getting all the way through, but I low-key like the unfinished look, so I was just trying to capture values. This is like prep for my still lifes in the future. This is my hand. Don't get my identity from this. I had a lot of extra red paint, so I just... And then here are some worms that I drew in a heart shape so I can make them into stickers. They don't look like that. They're less cartoony and more like actual earthworms. And then here is... Hey, I got lazy. So this was supposed to be a painting fan art of Stu from Monster Prom / Camp / Road Trip. I mean, this game specifically that I romanced him, it was Road Trip, but he's technically made an appearance in all of the games. So this is, I was gonna make fan art of him because he's my little Pookie Bear, but then I didn't want to, so it's unfinished, but whatever. It's my sketchbook and I get to not finish things if I want to. That's also something I have to learn, is that it's not that serious. Yeah, just the colors I was going to use for the painting that I never finished. And yeah, that's it. She won't even stay closed. That's how thick she is. That's insane. Well, yeah, this has been a good sketchbook. I mean, I'm on to 2 of them right now because I can't just have one. Just a sneak peek. I have this one going on. I'm using it exclusively for studies, graphite studies, or like official, you know, paint and, you know, just stuff that is beyond Stu from Monster Prom fan art. I'm just gonna put it in here. And then I'll have another sketchbook. This is my empty one that I'm about to decorate on camera, start on camera. Yeah, the size difference is crazy, but I'll find a way to make it work now that I've gotten used to this. I hope that you enjoyed this, and if you did, you should totally go look at my Instagram. I swear to God, I'm more active there. So I'm not sure when I'll get this out. Please ignore the gap in like the date that I finished it and the date that it's actually out in the world. I'm doing my best, and yeah, that's it. See ya.